Week 1 is here, and for that we give thanks. Taking a look at some of your one-piece slate, and you see a final there. An upset to start. Pats over Bengals, 16-10. The Patriots amassing 170 yards total on the ground. Just bringing to life a game plan in Game 1 under a new head coach. 1-0 for Jerod Mayo. Pleased to say hello to you and to say hello to our Charles Davis, the great man in the booth, bringing us the latest from what was unexpected here in Week 1, Charles. But I just can't help but think the biggest shoes anyone has ever had to fill in a head coaching role, and Jerod Mayo elicits this sort of effort from his team. What was the hallmark to this win?
You know, Joe, I think that, as you mentioned, him having to fill shoes, I think the way Jerod went about it was to pay respect to Bill Belichick, and rightly so. He trained under him, played under him, coached under him, the whole deal. So instead of trying to fill the shoes, you bronze them, right? You exalt them, and then you use your own shoes, okay? Jerod Mayo is very comfortable in his own shoes. He will use the things that he's learned that work, and he will add the other things that work for him and his team this year. And to me, the hallmark was the tradition of who the Patriots are. Their DNA is playing good defense. We saw that again today, even with a first-year coordinator in DeMarcus Covington. And what is the strength of our team? They're a game plan team, right? B-Mac could tell you that. Every week, they do what it takes to beat the other team. Well, this week, it was running the football, and they did it quite well. Ramondre Stevenson leading the charge, Antonio Gibson helping, and Jacoby Brissett with a couple of timely scrambles. But that offensive line was so maligned coming into it. They played one of the best games we saw here in the NFL this weekend.
Looked like Patriot football, no doubt about that. We're trying to figure out what Cincinnati football is going to look like moving forward. So much hope after the trip to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Now a healthy Joe Burrow. You have your wide receiver one there, but not all that happy.
Yeah.
What was the shortcoming today? Do you point to any of that unknown in the preseason leading up to this Sunday?
I don't think we can avoid it, Joe. I think that it's one of those things that when you talk with a team, have we ever talked with a team that said that they've let that affect them when you've had a guy either holding in or holding out? Oh, no, we're fine. The way this team played today, no, they weren't fine. There was more going on than just that. I'm taking zero credit away from the Patriots, but this did not look like a Cincinnati team that was totally locked in and focused, because this saga went all the way to the wire. And remember, he played today without getting a new contract. And T. Higgins did not play. Hamstring injury. So wide receiver 1 played but hadn't practiced all year. Wide receiver 2 did not play, who had been wide receiver 1 the entire training camp. And the other guys they were counting to step up, it was hard for them to do because the Patriots controlled the football. So I don't think they can avoid that there was some distraction there. They're going to have to figure that part out moving forward.
And a new piece next to him into that backfield as well, with the exit of Joe Mixon. So much changing, no doubt. We haven't seen the full form of the Cincinnati Bengals. A lot of talent on that team. It just didn't come through on this day. Charles, you know I admire so many things about you, one of them being your ability to tote the rock. So I brought my game ball as well. Let's just hand one out. This was an impressive win by those Patriots. Give out a game ball.
Offensive line. And, you know, look, Stevenson could win it. Jacoby Brissett could win it. The defense, anyone on that could win it. But I'm going offensive line, because coming into this game, that's all anyone talked about. And that was part of the reason that we thought Jacoby Brissett won the job, that a veteran behind this offensive line was the best way to go, because he could see blitzes coming, he could change protections, he could do those sorts of things. But today, because they controlled it running the football so well, and Alex Van Pelt, their offensive coordinator, Jerod Mayo, their head coach, both of them said the offensive line's better than what you think. They're coming along. And by the way, they did today. A lot of times they played 6. They brought the rookie Caden Wallace from Penn State in. He had 6 big people across the front, and they handled Cincinnati at the line of scrimmage. And then the backs made a lot of people miss, either running through them or running past them.
A statement made by these Patriots on this day. Not going to be the pushover some had thought coming into this season, and it started up front. Charles Davis, it always starts with you, my friend. Great to see you.
Great to see you. You take care. Give B-Mac my best.
The great Charles Davis weighing in from our first upset of this season. Don't forget, each and every Sunday, you can join our team to get ready for the game day. 12 Eastern Time. The NFL Today begins. Our crew setting the stage for each and every Sunday. Join us right here on HQ at Zeros. Back in studio alongside the Mac man himself. It's great to be with you first and foremost.
Oh, man.
I know we don't always get to say hello properly to this show because we are off and running with these finals. And we're going to talk about this Patriots team right up front because it looked like this was going to be the W. When you're win-loss in a schedule, you look at the Patriots and you see a win this season. What did you see on Sunday that it made it so hard for Cincinnati?
A team that came in well prepared with the Patriots. And one thing I would like to emphasize as well, when you look at this matchup, number one for Cincinnati is something about week one play where they're always sleeping at the wheel. You look at what we've seen with Cincinnati over the last few seasons, even with a healthy Joe Burrow, week one, they don't show up for whatever reasons. But when you look at today's matchup, I like to pinpoint and go back to preseason play, right? If you look at how Jerod Mayo and his staff, they handle the preseason reps in meaningful preseason games, you saw Jacoby Brissett, you saw the rest of the starters out there, and the same can be said for the defensive guys as well. Cincinnati, the total opposite. And because of that, we saw New England come in, and they were well established on either side of the football field, and they just made timely plays. And their defense, we felt like the offense potentially not having Bill Belichick and losing some of the key contributors that we've seen in years past, it might be a drop-off, right? Jacoby Brissett, he's a starting quarterback. You drafted Drake May, but we felt like Jacoby would be the guy for week one, and he was. Defensively, no drop-off at all. It doesn't matter who they throw out there, Joe. They're going to play well-executed football, physical at the point of attack, and they're going to make life miserable for whoever they play against. And today, it was Cincinnati. They made Joe Burrow look like an average quarterback.
Lost a big piece in Matthew Judon as well in that defensive attack.
It didn't matter.
And the standard remains the standard.